Maintaining homeostasis of blood pressure is very important. On average, it's about 120/80. This does vary from person to person. Everyone has their own normal. It is important to keep blood pressure at homeostasis. As you know from your study of MAP, if it is too low, then you do not get adequate perfusion to your tissues. And you can't push the blood through your kidneys to filter it. If pressure is too high, then you will damage your blood vessels and damage your kidneys. So your body has two main systems to maintain homeostasis of blood pressure. You have nervous control. Nervous control is your medulla oblongata. So this is part of the brain, and it uses the autonomic nervous system. Your medulla oblongata has to monitor what's going on with your blood pressure. So it receives information from those same receptors that we learned about in chapter 19. You have the baroreceptors that detect stretch, and the chemoreceptors that detect carbon dioxide, pH, and oxygen of the blood. These receptors report to the medulla oblongata. Then it decides if it wants to use sympathetic or parasympathetic. If the medulla oblongata decides to use sympathetic, you will increase your heart rate, increase your stroke volume, and have vasoconstriction. These factors will all increase blood pressure. If the medulla oblongata decides to go with parasympathetic, you will decrease heart rate, which will decrease blood pressure. You also have hormones that help with the regulation of blood pressure. Your kidney is in charge of one of these systems. As your kidney filters blood, it monitors blood pressure. Your kidney will also respond to sympathetic stimulation about blood pressure. The kidney is in charge of a system called the renin-angiotensin system. So if the kidney detects that blood pressure is low, or the kidney receives sympathetic stimulation, it will activate the renin-angiotensin system. This is a group of hormones that will then act to raise blood pressure. They will increase blood pressure by causing thirst so that you drink more and increase your blood volume, by reducing urine production, so that you retain water in your blood and increase blood volume, and by stimulating vasoconstriction. Okay, the heart is in charge of the other hormone. If blood pressure is too high, it stretches the heart. When the heart is overstretched by high blood pressure, it will secrete atrial natriuretic peptide, which we can abbreviate ANP. This hormone will reduce blood pressure, and it does so by increasing urine production, by causing vasodilation, and by inhibiting the renin-angiotensin system. The next couple of videos will give more detail of how you use nervous and hormone to regulate blood pressure. This video is just an introduction and overview.